But that's when it hit them.
Kind of smells.
I think it smells like decomp. I can smell something.
Inside the truck lay 4 brutalized and dismembered bodies hidden inside boxes. What officers didn't know at the time is that 11 more bodies lay buried and hidden in remote areas of the state. An active, twisted serial killer was on the loose, and detectives were already months behind.
You remember the last time you saw him?
Maybe a couple of months ago.
We don't care about anything else other than finding Matthew, Jennifer, and Justin. Whoever did that is our focus.
I tied everything together yesterday when he did that. You know what I mean? Like, I know he lost them 3, man. I know he did.
Taking these other 11, did you take them all to the same place? If you ever came back out to New Mexico, would you be willing to take us?
It started on a Sunday afternoon when police in Grants, New Mexico received a mysterious call. A landlord had just discovered something he described as disturbing while cleaning out an evicted tenant's home. Officers immediately headed to the address to investigate.
So this guy hasn't paid us since July, but with COVID going on, we couldn't evict him, so we've had nothing but problems with him. Anyways, we finally got him to move out, so I seen him today. We haven't come by, we haven't messed with him. I'm afraid I'll kick his ass, you know. When I came by, he says, I'm gonna leave you a pile to throw. Well, we didn't know which pile, so we started to load it up. While we were moving some things, and we found this puppy in this box underneath some of the kid stuff, you know.
Okay.
So we go to put the puppy in the bag because we were going to bury it, and then we see that they had tied a cord on its neck.
Okay.
Well, we've had, like I said, nothing but problems with these guys, so I at least want to put a report on file. I know we won't be able to say who did it and when, but that needs to be associated with him, you know, because we're going to take him to court for a lot of other things, and if I can just have that on file, it'll help.
Okay.
It was clear the puppy had suffered a horrific death. Animal control arrived shortly afterwards and confirmed it had been deliberately tortured, noting a cord tied tightly around its neck. The cruelty of the scene was deeply unsettling, and the officer immediately recognized they were dealing with someone truly twisted.
Yeah, that was just straight up.
Absolutely.
That's just sad. That right there just really got to me because it's like, that's not cool at all. Right?
No. Absolutely. Cruel, awful people.
Yeah, we tried to get in, the landlord, the owner, he tries to go into the house. They went in, they painted everything their own colors, and they just ruined everything.
Unfortunately for investigators, the puppy was just the first body. And in the coming days, police would uncover more gruesome scenes, strange disappearances, and disturbing evidence pointing to something far more calculated than anyone expected. That same day, Detective Robert Turney was assigned a missing persons case involving 19-year-old Matthew Miller. Matthew's grandmother had called 911 a couple of days earlier, worried because she hadn't seen or heard from him in nearly a week. It turned out police were already familiar with Matthew and knew he had previously struggled with substance abuse, so initially they assumed his disappearance was drug-related. Maybe he overdosed somewhere. But Matthew's family insisted something was different this time and urgently requested to speak with detectives. Trusting their instincts, Detective Turney decided to visit Matthew's grandmother, where he would discover some unsettling new possibilities.
People call me, hey, so it's a small town.
So you guys can help me out by just calling around to hospitals, clinics, rehabilitation places, other county jails, and just see if he's there. So prepare for the worst and hope for the best. Okay, but I will tell you, I had more than enough to arrest Matthew several times, and he's not one of those people that I wanted to arrest. Matthew is not going to pull a gun on anybody, right, to get his drugs.
Yeah, no.
He's not that kind of person.
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
that's my main fear.
And he probably has a little bit of a complex because he knows
Yeah.
he's that kind of person. And so he's going to be real hesitant to reach out and tell you guys the actual truth about this person took advantage of me.
Yeah, no, he wouldn't.
You know what I'm saying? So just forgive him. All you can do is tell him you love him and you forgive him and go from there.
After rehashing some information with Matthew's family, Detective Turney would go on to learn some critical details. Matthew's girlfriend told the family she saw him getting into a vehicle with several other people, including a blonde woman named Jennifer Lannon, someone Matthew had recently been spending time with. He also learned that Matthew often spent time with a close friend named Justin Mata and his girlfriend, Leonie Calzada. All three were known to use drugs together. Acting quickly on these promising new leads, police began searching locations Matthew was known to frequent, and soon enough, they located Matthew's Chevy Colorado truck parked and seemingly abandoned within a few blocks away from Leonie and Justin's residence. The truck was dirty, locked, and appeared to have been parked there for several days. Inside, detectives found clothing and personal belongings, as well as several unsettling items including a pair of rubber gloves and a shovel lying in the truck's bed. They also found multiple cell phones that were damaged in the front and back seats. It seemed clear Matthew hadn't intended to leave the truck there, and detectives sensed something wasn't right. Immediately, investigators canvassed the area and found surveillance cameras nearby, one of which captured Matthew's truck arriving at Leonie and Justin's address on January 26th, just 3 days before Matthew was reported missing. With these new alarming discoveries, Detective Turney knew the next logical step was to urgently speak with Matthew's friends, Justin Mata and Leonie Calzada, hoping they could shed some light on the situation. However, when they arrived at the couple's residence, they would quickly realize Matthew wasn't the only one missing.
No, just you? You sure? Okay, you okay if I come in? Hey, guy.
Hey,
My name's Robert.
he's gone. He's gone.
You gone?
Yeah.
Hey, buddy. Okay.
This is Leonie Calzada, the girlfriend of Matthew's close friend, Justin Mata, and someone detectives suspected might know exactly what happened to Matthew.
This is very, very important. We're looking for Matthew Miller. He's been missing for over 2 weeks. When was the last time he was here?
Maybe a year ago, maybe?
A year ago.
When I first got this place, yeah. When I first got it, last January.
He hasn't been here since then.
Like I know it very well.
What if I got video of his vehicle?
Maybe Justin had him here, man, when he was having myself.
Okay. When was the last time you saw him here?
When he was in his, once to bring over, I first got this place.
A year ago? You think Justin would have,
He would have, yeah, probably.
when you weren't here?
I wouldn't hear or I didn't pay attention then, yeah. Because they said all that, yeah. But he left on 17th and then came back. And then I went,
17th, that's a long time ago.
yeah, and then I went to talk to the guy in Kingman. He's like, yeah, they left each other during the night and they're in Arizona.
Do you have any kind of way to contact Justin? You have a phone number?
No, he left him to go.
Well, what's his phone number? Email, Facebook?
He took my phone and my phone account's not working. He took my phone, yeah. Took a wife.
When's the last time you had any kind of communication with
That's
Justin?
when he said, I'm going to buy Cokes. He's like, I'm going to go buy Cokes. And then come back.
What I would like to do, all right, is look around your house for any kind of evidence of Matthew Miller or any kind of foul play. I'm not looking for anything other than that.
According to Leonie, her boyfriend, Justin, had also mysteriously vanished, and she hadn't seen him since January 17th, nearly 2 weeks before Matthew was even reported missing. But investigators knew something wasn't adding up when Leonie insisted she hadn't seen Matthew in nearly a year. Surveillance footage clearly showed Matthew's truck outside her residence just days before he disappeared. With their suspicion mounting, detectives decided to search Leonie's home, hoping to uncover whether she might be hiding something, or someone.
Did you notice anything strange that happened around here? Did you notice anything different around here? Like signs of any kind of blood, needles? What about needles or fentanyl pills or anything like that?
The other he's using, I'm not sure though. Like the lights.
Yeah. Yeah. There's already. Okay, big guy. I can only find one person dead in a trunk per year. That's my max.
Despite their best efforts, investigators found no signs of foul play or violence. Still, Detective Turney couldn't shake the feeling that something was overlooked, so he returned to speak briefly with Leonie, unaware she'd drop a crucial clue.
Who?
The 17th, she's just in Mecca with
Arizona.
Yeah, with Jen Cannon
As of the 17th
of January. He left with his wife.
Leonie revealed that Justin had recently taken off with another woman named Jennifer, supposedly heading to Arizona to re-up on drugs and make some money. With this new detail, Detective Turney now found himself investigating the disappearances of 3 different people: Matthew Miller, Justin Mata, and now, potentially, Jennifer. Not yet aware just how closely connected these cases really were. So to move forward, Turney quickly looked into Jennifer and discovered she had recently been reported missing by her ex-husband, Sean Lannon. That name sounded familiar to Detective Turney, because just days earlier, officers had responded to a disturbing call at 817 Kingman Avenue, the same property where the remains of a tortured puppy had been uncovered. And the tenants evicted from that very house, Sean and Jennifer Lannon. Finally, investigators were starting to connect the dots. 3 people, all closely linked through drugs and personal relationships, had vanished within days of each other. Detective Turney realized it was time to canvass the neighborhood surrounding Sean and Jennifer's former home, hoping a neighbor might have seen something suspicious or could offer the lead they desperately needed. That's when they found a neighbor whose security camera was pointed directly at Sean and Jennifer's old residence, and what the investigators saw on the footage would finally bring some much-needed clarity to their case. Without this neighbor's camera, detectives might have hit another frustrating dead end, and it shows just how important reliable security can be, because when something happens, every second matters. That's why I partnered with Simply Safe Home Security to provide you with a trusted way to secure your own home. After I installed Simply Safe, I felt much safer at home knowing that if anything moves where it shouldn't, I'll be alerted immediately, along with real-life security pros who can quickly step in and help. Simply Safe's brand new ActiveGuard outdoor protection means those pros can see a suspicious person in my driveway and speak to them, flash the spotlights, even call police before a break-in ever happens. All the alarm systems wait until the door is kicked in. ActiveGuard tells the intruder, hands up, police are on the way, while they're still outside. The tech is smart enough to tell friends from foes, so your partner or the dog walker won't trigger a 3 a.m. panic. What I find myself using the most is their video doorbell, which sends me a notification whenever there's motion at my door, and even allows me to communicate with anyone at my door through its built-in speakers, saving me from porch pirates and keeping my packages safe. From the app, you can arm or disarm, lock the front door, check every camera, and see that my studio is safe even when I'm on the road. There are no long-term contracts, plans start at about $1 a day, and there's a 60-day money-back guarantee. And today, Simply Safe has a deal just for the Dr. Insanity crew. Save 50% off your Simply Safe security system when you sign up for a professional monitoring plan, and get your first month free. Visit simplysafe.com/insanity to customize yours. There's no safe like Simply Safe. On January 26th, Matthew is seen entering Sean's home, but investigators never see him leave. Hours later, Sean is spotted on camera driving away in Matthew's truck, and when he returns, he's alone, on foot, and Matthew is nowhere to be seen. 2 days later, on January 28th, the same camera recorded someone loading household items into a red Dodge Dakota parked outside the residence and driving away. This CCTV footage marked a critical turning point for investigators. For the first time, detectives had visual proof of Matthew at Jennifer and Sean's residence. With this significant new lead, the next step was clear. Detective Turney needed to speak directly to Sean. Only his account could clarify what happened that day and potentially reveal crucial details about the missing trio. The next morning, Detective Turney reached out to Sean and agreed to sit down for a formal interview. Whatever Sean said next had the potential to shift the direction of this case completely.
So, first things first, let's get her into this missing. Okay? Have you ever seen Matthew Miller? You know who I'm talking about? Was he over at your house?
Yeah, it's been for weeks. And I'm not very lucky. It's definitely been about weeks.
Before the 3rd? Was his truck ever parked at your house? For more than like a day, overnight?
I'm not sure.
Have you ever driven his truck? You've driven his truck? When was the last time you drove his truck?
A couple weeks ago.
Hey everyone, welcome back to AWWWUSA Cam. Diving into a topic that's been quietly creeping into headlines, and maybe even your own neighborhood, theft. From bustling cities to peaceful suburbs, the number of break-ins, car thefts, and robberies across America is rising faster than most people realize. Now, theft has always existed. That's nothing new. But what's happening in 2025 feels different. We're not just talking about isolated incidents or the occasional stolen bike. We're talking about organized groups, smarter methods, and everyday people suddenly realizing, wait a second, it could happen to me. Across the country, reports of property crime are climbing. In California, police departments have noted spikes in car break-ins. In New York and Chicago, small business owners are reporting stolen goods, smashed windows, and empty shelves. Even in small towns, the kind where people used to leave their doors unlocked, residents say they're sleeping less soundly. The data backs it up. According to FBI estimates and local law enforcement reports, thefts, from shoplifting to home burglaries, have increased by nearly double digits in some states since 2022. And experts say it's not just about bad guys, it's about circumstances, a mix of economics, technology, and opportunity. Gone are the days when I saw someone in a black hoodie sneaking around at midnight. Today, theft looks smarter. Criminals are using technology, Wi-Fi jammers, GPS trackers, and even social media to plan their crimes. And here's the scariest part. Sometimes they know more about you than you think. Think about it. How often do we post when we're out on vacation? How often do we leave packages sitting on our porch? For modern thieves, that's not just coincidence, that's opportunity. Every neighborhood has that one house with a Ring camera or motion sensor lights, but thieves are learning how to get around them. Some carry devices that block camera signals. Others wear masks that confuse AI-based systems. In short, the tech meant to protect us is now being challenged by smarter criminals. Car theft has become its own epidemic, with push-button starts and keyless entry systems. Stealing a car no longer requires smashing a window or hackers can clone a digital key in under a minute. In 2024 alone, cities like Detroit, Atlanta, and Los Angeles reported a surge in car thefts, especially of certain models that are easy to exploit. TikTok trends even fueled it. Yes, people literally turned car theft into a viral challenge. That's the reality we're living in. Crime is no longer just a back alley issue. It's gone digital, viral, and mainstream. When crime rises, everyone looks for someone to blame. But the truth is, it's complicated. Experts point to a few big factors. Inflation, rising rent, job insecurity. When people struggle to survive, desperation can push some to steal. Police in many cities have linked theft spikes to unemployment and cost of living. In some states, laws changed during the pandemic to reduce jail overcrowding. Certain petty thefts are now treated like misdemeanors, small fines, quick releases. But critics argue that's made criminals bolder. They know they might walk free within hours. When someone steals electronics, luxury clothes, or even baby formula, they don't have to sell it in dark alleys anymore. They list it online, on eBay, Facebook Marketplace, or lesser-known platforms. And just like that, stolen goods turn into a single organized group can steal thousands of dollars worth of goods and sell them within hours. No questions asked. And police, they're struggling to keep you behind. Every statistic is a story. A small business owner in Chicago whose store was broken into 3 times in a month. A family in Texas who woke up to find their car and their toddler's car seat gone. an elderly couple in Oregon who lost their jewelry and decades of memories in one night. These stories don't always make national headlines, but they tell the real story of what's happening across the United States. A quiet erosion of trust and safety. When theft becomes normal, when people stop being surprised by it, that's when society changes. Neighbors stop talking, businesses install bars on windows, communities start locking themselves down, both physically and emotionally.